Shri Ganapati Sharada Gurubhyo Namaha Brahmanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Gnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrisham Tattamasyadi Laksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Welcome to all for this session on Sree Guru Charitra to chapter 37, in which Sri Guru explained regarding the code of Brahmins' daily rituals. There lived a pious Vedic Brahmin. He did not take food at others. He would beg alms of corn and maintained on the same. His wife was discontented and hot tempered. A rich person came to Ganagapura for samaradhana of feeding Brahmins and others, but as this Brahmin did not accept food at others, his wife also was not invited, and she was discontented for not having good, delicious food and sweets. Once a very rich person uh, came to Ganagapura to observe Shraddha. He invited all Brahmins couples and offered good dakshina, the money, clothes, and rich, delicious food. She told her husband about this, but he said, "If you wish, you can go there, but I do not accept food at others, so I cannot come." The wife went to Brahmin host and said, "My husband does not take food at others. Can I come alone to you for meals?" Then the host said, "I invite Brahmin couples so you can come with your husband." The wife could not know what to do. She came to Sri Guru Narasimha Saraswathi and narrated to him her grievance and said, "I like to enjoy rich, delicious food, but my husband does not take food at others, and so I am also not invited by anybody. At present, a rich Brahmin is inviting all the Brahmin couples and offering them good dakshina, clothes, and rich, delicious food. Kindly advise my husband to accept his invitation." Hearing this, Sri Guru smiled and asked his disciples to call her husband. When he came, Sri Guru said to the Brahmin, "Your wife desires to take delicious food. You should accept invitation of the Brahmin and fulfill your wife's desire. Married woman should not be displeased." The Brahmin then said, "Gurudev, I am observing a vrat of not taking meal at others, but as per your adesh, that is order, I shall accept this invitation." This Brahmin couple went for meals at the rich Brahmins who offered them good, delicious food. While dining, the Brahmin wife observed that dogs and pigs are also dining with her. Being disgusted, she got up, returned home, told this to her husband, and he said, "I had to break my vrata for you and accept food eaten by dogs and pigs." Both then came to Sri Guru. Sri Guru asked his wife, "How did you enjoy the food of the rich Brahmin host? You always blamed your husband. Now are you satisfied?" The wife said, "Gurudev, I am a silly woman. I broke the wrath of my husband by asking him to take food at others. Kindly forgive me." Shri Guru said to the Brahmin, "Your wife's desire of taking delicious food is fulfilled. Now she will act as per your wishes. I will tell you the rules of acting as per the order of religion. If a Brahmin is in need of a Brahmin for some religious function, And for anniversary like Shraddha, you should go for meals. If you do not go, you will be committing an offense. You should take food at the guru, disciple, maternal uncle, father in law, brothers, and saints. If you recite Gayatri Mantra, you are not offended. The Brahmin then asked, kindly tell me which and at whose house the food should be avoided. Sri Guru then said, good natured Brahmins should not dine at one who takes service from parents, who is greedy, who gives in charity, displeasing his wife and children, who is proud, arrogant, or a teacher of flute or outcast, who lives on begging, who praises himself and cajoles others, who does not observe Vaishwadeva. He should also not dine with Guru, with who gets enrages, who is cruel, adulterous, and a pretender, who forsakes his wife, a woman who lives forsaking her sons and husband, a Brahmin who sells wine and does the profession of a blacksmith, a washerman or a gambler, one who is a prostitute, a thief, a doorkeeper, who teaches a Shudra by taking money, who sells horses, who is Haradas, that is Kirtanakara, one who does not bath and does not observe Sandhya and Shraddha, who is treacherous, who despises others, one who forsakes his parents and cajoles his guru, who kills a cow, Brahmin or a woman, one who does not give in charity, who has no children, who despises one's food and prizes the food of others. Food at such persons should also be avoided. If one takes food on Amavasya, he loses virtue of 1 month. Unless one's daughter has a child, one should not dine at her house. All the sins are wiped off if one abides by one's own religion. The Brahmin further asked Sri Guru, kindly tell me the code of daily rites of a Brahmin. Sri Guru said, I will tell you the code of rites of a Brahmin as narrated by Parashara to the rishis in the Naimisharanya. One should get up on Brahmi Muhurta, that is 2 hours before the sunrise, and bow to Sri Guru and God. Go to the southwest for excretion at a place away from the residence of people and the source of water. One should sit facing the south at night and facing the north in the morning and the evening. Arms, hands, and legs should be washed with soft earth and water. He should take 2 achaman, that is, taking 10 drops of water, saying, bow to Keshava, bow to Narayana, bow to Madhava, etc. If there is no water at hand, you should touch the ears and you should touch the eyes and ears. 7 deities stay at the right ear of a Brahmin as described in the following shloka. Fire, water, Vedas, sun, moon, and the wind are the 7 deities who always reside in the right ear of a Brahmin. Brahmatirtha is at the root of the thumb. These are some of the holy places on the palm. Brahmatirtha is at the root of the thumb. Agnitirtha is one on the palm. Pitratirtha is at the root of the thumb and forefinger. Deotirtha is at Devatirtha is at the ends of the four fingers except the thumb. And Rishi Tirtha is at the root of the small finger. While offering tarpana to forefathers, gods, and rishis, what rishi, water, till, etc., are to be poured through the respective tirthas on the palm. And Achamana is like this, saying bow to Keshava, Narayana, Madhava, little water on the Brahmatirtha, that is at the root of the palm, it is to be taken in the mouth and is to be drunk. The little water is to be poured in plate after saying bow to Govinda. If one is touched by a Shudra of an impure one, if one becomes wet in the rains, if one comes home from a funeral, one becomes pure by taking two achamanas. Washing of teeth and mouth would be like this. Teeth should not be cleaned by datun, the stems of some tree, on Parva, Pratipada, Shashti, Naumi, Dwadashi, and on Saturdays, Shraddha, and wedding days. This does not mean that the mouth, teeth, and tongue should not be cleaned at all. Only datun should not be used on these days. Datun sticks should be taken of bubble, karanj, palm, aghada, audumbara, and rui trees. After use, the datun should be thrown to the southwest. The bathing procedure. Morning bath gives one lust, strength, life, intellect, pleasure, and nutrition. A grihastha and vanaprastha should bath in the morning and midday. A yati, tapasvi, and sannyasi should bath thrice, while a brahmachari should bath once a day. If there is no sufficient water, and in case of difficulty, any one of the following alternatives may be chosen. Agnisnan means to stand in the sun. Mantrasnan means to sprinkle water on body after reciting Apohishtadi mantra. Bhasmasnan means to apply bhasma or vibhuti all over the body. Vayusnan means to take the dust at the feet of the cow. Tirthasnan means to bring the idol of Vishnu in the mind after saying Apavitra Pavitroha, etc. If water is sprinkled on one's body, it is like a bath. A weak person should sponge his body with cloth dipped in warm water. Healthy persons should bath with cold water. In case of difficulty, do upasnan, that is, wash hands, feet, and rub the body with a wet cloth. If cold water is not tolerable, hot water bath should be taken. Water itself is pure, heated water is more pure. A grihastha should bath with hot water. He should take achaman in the mid of the bath. Females should not bath over their head daily. In the bath at home, do not do agamarshana, saying the mantra, wiping off the sins, and tarpana, offering till to gods, forefathers, and rishis. Do not take hot water bath on the day of birth of a son, on the day of Shraddha, or death on Sankranti, Purnima, and Amavasya. Take the darba in hand, tie the hair on the head, that is shika, with them, enchant the water of your bath with apohishta, etc. mantra and three gayatris. Take cold water first and then hot water. While taking bath in the river, face to the flow of the river and do agamarshana. In the bath at home, turn your face to the east in the morning and to the west in the evening. Bath purifies the body if taken after weeping, vomiting, sex act, and sight of bad or dreams. A grihastha should not wear wet and saffron clothes. He should have a upavastra such as dupatta. There is no upavastra, the credit of the bath goes to Rakshasa. Brahmins should wear white dhoti and should have a cloth, a dupatta, or a shawl on the body. Importance of bhasma and vibhuti. After bath, one should apply bhasma or vibhuti as per Shastra rules. If it is not available, Gopi Chandan should be applied. Devotees of Vishnu have vertical lines of bhasma, that is tripundra, on the forehead. For acquiring long life, one should apply bhasma with the middle finger. For devotion, use the tarjani, that is the second finger near the thumb. For food, use the anamika, that is the fourth finger. Bhasma should not be applied on the day of Shraddha, that wedding and other ceremonies, and after funeral bath. The importance of dharba, a kind of grass. There are these are acquired for Brahma, Brahma. These are required for Brahmayagna and Tarpana, Durva, Vala, Darbha, Kusha, Kunda, wheat, paddy, Mula, Nagaramotha, Bhadra, and Musta are the 10 kinds of grass which can be used as Darbha. Darbha should be brought on Bhadrapada and Shravana Amavasyas and stored and used for a year. Brahma is at the end of the Darbha grass, Rudra is at the root, and Vishnu is in the middle. Pavitraka, a ring of Darbha, should be kept in the finger. Sins are wiped off due to this. While doing japa, recitation, or tapa, the penance, homa, the sacrifice, and chanting of Vedas, gold and silver rings should be taken off for wearing the Darbha Pavitraka. Ring should not be put in the Tarjani by one who has father. Ring with 9 gems will destroy sins. A Brahmin should have a ring with at least 1 gem. Brahmin, this is regarding the Sandhya Vandana. A Brahmin should start Sandhya after bath early in the morning when the nakshatra or the star is visible in the sky. We should offer argyas, that is, offering water to the sun at sunrise. If the normal time for the argya has lapsed, one more argya should be given as prayaschitta. Mandesh demons are always fighting with the sun. Mandeha demons are always fighting with the sun to nullify the obstruction in the rising of the sun. These argyas are to be given. These argyas strike the demons like weapons, and in order to wipe off this sin, one has to move round oneself saying Asavaditya Brahma, recitation of Gayatri. After this, recollect the names of rishis, etc., and recite Gayatri mantra. For this purpose, a wreath of Rudraksha, coral beads, and white stone beads should be used. The wreath should not have any broken beads. One should observe mourn, that is non speaking, while reciting. One should recite the morning and midday sandhyas after standing, and in the evening sandhya after sitting. Recitation of Gayatri at home gives 1 credit. If done outside it, gives double credit. If done on the banks of the river, the credit is threefold. And if done at a cowshed or a vrindavana, it is tulsi palm planted in the hollow stone or in the brick construction, the credit is tenfold. The recitation at the place of Agnihotra gives hundredfold credit. At a holy place or near shrine of God, it gives thousandfold credit. While recitation near Vishnu gives crore-fold credit, and near Shiva it gives immeasurable credit. Recitation made while sitting on a broken wood plank causes misery, and that done while sitting on grass causes loss of good fate and glory. Recitation done while sitting on a stone causes disease. That done while sitting on Bhasmasana causes cure of disease. A blanket sheet gives pleasure. A seat of the skin of black deer gives knowledge, while that of the skin of black deer gives knowledge. Skin of a tiger gives salvation. Kushasana causes hypnotism and destroys all diseases and sins. The appearance, the dhyana of Gayatri in the morning, Sandhya is of Kumari. Her color is red, her clothes are red. She is riding a goose. She has 4 hands and 4 heads. The appearance of Gayatri in the midday Sandhya is of a young lady. Her color is white, her clothes are white. She is riding on ox. She has 5 heads. The appearance of Gayatri in the evening Sandhya is of an old lady. Her color is black, her clothes are black. She rides Garuda. She has 4 heads. Shanmuka, Shanmuk, Samput, Vitat, Vistrat, Dimukha, Trimukha, Chaturmukha, Panchamuka, Shanmukha, Adhomukha, Vyapanjalika, Shakata, Yamapash, Gnanahit, Grantahit, uh, Sanmukonmukh, Kalamba, Mahuti, Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Simhakranti, Mahakranti, Mudgara, and Pallava are the 24 mudras are the poses. Recitation of Gayatri with mudras is more fruitful. Gayatri has 3 parts, the pad or charan, the pada or the charan, the 3 parts are there, and they should not be recited without pause after each part. Mana means mind, and pra means prana, that is soul. Recitation of the mantra should therefore be done with the union of mind and soul. A brahmachari and a grahastha should recite Gayatri mantra 108 times daily. A vanaprastha, yati, or a sannyasi should recite it 1,000 times. In case of difficulty, one may recite it at least 10 times a daily. Recitation in the mind is the best, whispering in mouth is medium, and loud recitation is worst. While reciting with a wreath, do not transgress the menu or the head beat. If it is transgressed, 3 pranayamas should be observed. Reciting Gayatri a crore time fulfills all desires. After japa, upasthana, that is prayer, should be recited while standing. Bow to 10 dishas, that is 10 directions. Gods, Brahmin, Guru, pronounce one's gotra and birth name and the end and then end the ritual of Sandhya. The home should be swept daily, land daily, land should be kept clean, earthen floor should be smeared with cow dung and water. Rangoli or the stone powder designs should be drawn. Rangoli design should be drawn in the courtyard and before the sun shrines of worship. A grihastha should keep a cow, a shaligrama, which is a soft black stone of as Vishnu, and Gavya and Drihyagni at home. A Brahmin should perform Sandhya daily and should also worship gods daily. One who does not worship gods is like a beast. In the morning, the worship should be done with 16 upacharas, and in the night, light of ghee, that is arati, should be waved before the shrines. Yama punishes those who do not worship gods. The 8 places or objects of worship are as follows: the shrine of God, the Thandila, that is earthen elevated construction for fire of sacrifice, the Agni, the fire, the sun, the water, the heart, the Brahmin, and the Sadguru. The Brahmin males should worship gods with Veda mantras, while the females and Shudras should worship with Purana mantras. Flowers brought from trees in the forest are of medium value. That which is purchased are worst. The flowers grown by oneself in one's house, in the home garden, are the best. Flowers eaten by the worms and having holes should not be used. Sri Durga should not be offered. Durva, that is a kind of grass. Kevada, Vedige should not be offered to Sri Shiva. Tulasi should not be offered to Sri Ganesha, and flowers of Dotra and Rui should not be offered to Sri Vishnu. Keep the pot of water at the left hand, all the articles of worship at the right hand. 16 upacharas of worship should be observed devotedly with panchamrita, that is, mixture of milk, curd, ghee, honey, and sugar. Shankha, that is a conch shell, should be kept on the left, and Ghanta, the bell, on the right hand. After bowing to gods, do Achaman and Sankalpa, that is pronunciation of desire of worship, mentioning the time, year, Ayana, Ritu, month, Ksha, that is fortnight, dark or bright, or that is Shukla or Krishna, Tithi, the particular day of the month, Nakshatra, the star, places of various planets on the day, and purpose or desire of worship. Then start ordinary bath with water, Panchamrita, Abhisheka, that is pouring water, chanting Purusha Sukta, Vishnu Sukta, Shri Sukta, Laxmi Sukta, Rudra Sukta, and Pavamana Sukta, etc. As per the devotion, all or particular sukta or suktas may be selected for Abhisheka. After Abhisheka, dry the shrines with a piece of cloth and place them at their places and offer clothes, ornaments, gandha, haldi, kunkuma, flowers, and wreaths. Tulasi, bay leaves, saying, "Give me shelter, protect me." Withered flowers taken out of the shrines should be touched to one's head and nose and kept aside to be immersed in the river or rivulet. The bhasma scented sticks be applied to forehead, and the tirtha, the holy water of bath of God, should be drunk. For purification of food and wiping off 5 great sins, one should do Vaishwadeva in the morning and in the evening before meals. Homa in the morning is a sacrifice for God. Bali is given for the ghosts, and Tarpana is the sacrifice for forefathers. At the time of dinner, one should wait for a guest. If a guest comes, give him food. If he is a yeti, give him food and water also. Before taking meals, wash your feet, hands, and mouth. If an unknown person dines with you, offer him food at a distance. There should not be distinction of food for persons dining at a time. After 4 Chaitrahutis, take 5 Pranahutis. Observe Maun, that is silence, during meals and at least up to Pranahutis. Do not leave things in plate except a little for your wife. There should be no noise while taking water or liquid articles. If while dining the lamp goes off, then stop taking food till the lamp is replaced. While dining, do not see and hear the words of females in monthly course, that is, in their menstruation cycle. Do not touch each other when dining. If gases pass, if the food contains worms, or if there is vomiting, then stop dining. If hair is found, it should be put off, and the food should be sprinkled with tirtha. If onion and garlic are taken, one is deprived of Brahminism. Sattvic food increases knowledge, while tamasa food increases ignorance. While dining, first take food articles and then take others. Last portion should be half taken and half should be poured down. Wash your mouth with the forefinger. For purification of mouth and fingers, 2 achaman should be taken. After dinner, take pan and hear Purana, evening Sandhya, etc. And meals should be taken as in the midday. It would be better if articles prepared with milk are taken in the night. Do the professional work during the day. Saurpath should not be chanted. Saurpath should not be chanted after sunset. Before going to bed, go to the god and dedicate all the karma, all the acts of the day to him. Going outside at the fertilization period of the wife is sinful. The fertile period of the wife is sinful. That is soon after the menstruation cycle. During this time of the first 4 days of Parvitala, Mula, Magha, and Revati star should be avoided for sex act. There should be no sex act on the Shraddha day and during daytime. If these rules are followed, even the Grihastha is considered as a brahmachari, that is the follower of Veda Shastras in sex act. One should not enjoy with an older female. There should be no feeling of desire or grief at the time of sex act. The Brahmin who behaved as instructed by Sree Guru attained good paraloka. Thus come to the end, chapter 37 of Sree Guru Charitra. Namaste Sharade Devi, Kashmira Puravasini, Twamaham Prarthaye Nityam, Vidya Danancha Dehi Me. Goodbye.